What's up, guys?
We do. Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. We're so excited to talk to you.
Yes, good to talk to you too.
Your music makes me so happy. Like deep down inside. I love it. So
thank you. That's so nice.
She was practicing that though. When we were waiting in Zoom, we were like practicing, like, oh, I have to give it to him. Give him to him.
That was delivered really well.
Yeah.
So much.
Genuine.
So much.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start with a game, just to break the ice.
You guys down to have some fun?
Please.
All right.
This is called Getting to Know the Mets. Get it? Because that's your name.
Nice.
All right. So you can't point at each other because you're in different Zoom rooms. So I'm gonna say a scenario, and then whichever brother is associated with the scenario, you're gonna yell out the name. Okay.
Nice.
So like the most likely to be whatever, and then you yell out.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
Like most likely to be a supermodel. Let's practice. Most likely to be a supermodel.
Adam,
3, 2, 1.
Adam does have great hair.
Adam, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Adam's like, I'm not gonna argue.
Which one of you is the mama's boy?
Jack.
He's the baby. Okay,
That's right.
Which one is the most likely to behave like Jim from The Office?
Jack.
Which is the most combative?
Combative. Wow.
Like
Who starts the most arguments? Who's the drama? Who stirs the pot?
drama king.
Oh, Adam's the drama queen.
All right.
Yeah. Drama queen is a better way to describe that than combative.
Combative.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the most likely to never respond to a text?
Ryan.
Oh. I think we're all pretty good at that, actually. Ryan, though.
Okay.
Back when Ryan was dating, he would just ghost every single girl that he was with. Just, try to be the cool guy. You know,
Really? That was your move? You would do that?
Straight up ghosted them. Yes.
Damn, you invented it, man.
He just forgot.
I forgot to respond.
Okay, who's the ham?
Me. That's Ryan. Ryan's
Really?
Self-diagnosed ham.
Interesting. Okay. You guys barely write about love, so who's the hopeless romantic?
Ryan is the hopeless romantic, I think.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we have written about love before, it's been for me. You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most likely to get injured?
Jack.
Oh, no, I think me for sure. Every time we go out on tour, I'm in the hospital 3 or 4 times.
What's the silliest reason you've ever been injured?
Oh.
The ice cube. Oh, no, that was not.
Oh, that was
the glitter.
glitter. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, we were playing a show, and the person before us, she came on and threw a lot of glitter all around the stage. And
it was her first show.
It was her first show, so she was like, I'm going to go all out with this. And she just brought the effects. She was throwing glitter around, and no one cleaned it up. So we went on next, and I immediately slipped on the glitter and broke my my ankle. And so I had to go to the hospital, and I had to be in a wheelchair. Yeah, so that was pretty ridiculous.
That's pretty funny to explain to the doctor. What happened? I slipped on glitter. Don't ask for any follow-up.
Yeah, I'll never say that again, I think.
Okay, most likely to be bailed out of jail?
Adam, because he's combative.
That's funny.
So Adam, do you have your PhD yet? Like, do we call you doctor or?
Not yet.
Even when he gets it, don't call him doctor.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let's talk Bummerland, because first of all, that song is like, it makes me so happy inside because it sounds like a celebration, but it's also like a reflection of the craziness of 2020. So what was the goal there?
Yeah, that's something that what you just described is something we like to do in a lot of our music. It's like, polar opposites, like either write a, song with a very happy up track while talking about something kind of depressing, or, vice versa. And also like finding the silver lining in things. Like one of our biggest songs is Weak. And we kind of said, I'm weak, but what's wrong with that? And, everyone can relate. And so Bummerland was sort of the same, formula. Yeah,
because when you're writing about this year, it's like, it's kind of hard as an artist to write a song that really captures this year. You can go the Billie Eilish route and talk about like how depressing the world is, or you can go the, like Katy Perry route and be like, put on a smile. But like somewhere in between those two, we thought, oh, that's how people are actually feeling. Like this world is kind of messed up, but like maybe there's a hopeful way to think about it. So that's
all these like highs and lows, right? Like there's these moments where we feel like, okay, everything is going to be okay. And then there's a moment where we feel like nothing good can happen. And you got to find that equilibrium there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but kudos for finding that balance, because it feels like I just walked into Disney World and I'm talking about how crazy this year has been. So that was awesome. But you guys have you started out busking in Washington Square Park. So you're a performance-based artist. So how has this year affected you and affected the way that you are building this new project?
Yeah, I mean, especially with touring, whenever we write an album, we think at the exact same time as writing each song, how is this going to play on stage if it's a good song? And I guess obviously the bad thing is that the touring was canceled, and that's
right.
That's one of the only things we know how to do well, is tour. But I guess the silver lining is this has given us the chance to sort of, kind of start clean and start thinking of completely new ideas that we haven't done before, to try when live music does open up again, to try to just wow people as much as possible. So I guess that has been a silver lining, but it's been hard,
What goes through your mind when you think about touring again? Like, when do you think that'll happen? When can you picture yourself on stage again? Or do you ever think to yourself, what if I'm not on stage for year or years?
No, I mean, it's so funny, and we were talking about this yesterday. Like we were doing some interviews, and fans were like, "So when are you gonna be back on stage?" And we were saying to them, we were like, "You're gonna know literally the second we do. Like the artists are not gonna be hiding that information and revealing it to everyone. Like it's gonna be on headlines." So I mean, we're like I said, we're just kind of hanging in there. And as soon as they say it's okay, we're gonna be kind of the first ones there. I think artists are now like booking dates like a year and 2 years and 3 years in advance, all messy, to try to just hop on it as soon as possible.
Yeah, but to answer your question, I think 1,000,000% we're going to tour again very soon. Hopefully.
Oh yeah,
some kind of vaccine.
Would you have a limited capacity tour? Was that something you're interested in? Because that changes the vibe. Karina and I were just talking about this with just even the weekend being announced. Like, he's going to perform the Super Bowl halftime show with like 20,000 people. Like, would you do a limited capacity tour just to be back on stage, or are you wanting to wait till you can go all out again?
We've talked about it. There are a bunch of different options because there are outdoor venues and indoor venues, and maybe you can have more people in outdoor venues, but not as many as you normally could. So we're trying to find the right middle. But for when we put out an album, we definitely want to be able to perform it in front of people. So we're going to find the right compromise that's the safest possible thing.
Because at the end of the day, also, it's not really about us. If the fans are there and they're happy to watch a show in a limited capacity venue with not a lot of people, it kind of goes beyond what we're comfortable with. We want to give them the show, whether it's hard or not. We're going to do it.
You guys talk about reinventing yourself with every project. So how is this project going to look different from the last, from Neil?
Yeah, I think it honestly, you can't fabricate that kind of thing. It's never worked for us to go into the album saying this next album is the dark era of AJR. Like, it feels kind of wrong to come up with that stuff. So we just kind of write naturally, and because we're in our 20s and we're just growing naturally, every year feels very different than the last year, and so you kind of make an album that reflects that year. And so far, I think this has been the most extreme album we've ever made in terms of that it's been some of the happiest, fastest songs we've ever written. It's been some of the slowest, like angriest, most passionate songs we've ever written. We're kind of expanding what our definition of what an AJR song sounds like is. So that's really fun for us. That's a cool moment to be in.
What's your writing process
like? You guys write together because it's three of you. Like, do you end up vetoing somebody else's idea? How does that? Talk to me about how you get that done.
Yeah, it's actually gone pretty smooth. I mean, Ryan and I do most of the writing, and Ryan does the production. So when we have an idea, it's really just like, I guess I'll start with this. It's not like there's such an influx and like a surplus of ideas that are like going around and we have to nix this one. The way we write is we try to come up with concepts that people haven't really touched on before. Like people's insecurities and social issues. And it's really tough to get that specific. So when there is an idea, I'll text it or Ryan will text it to me and we'll jump right into the studio and just do it, So when we have the idea, which is so hard to find, we have to write it out.
Do you ever schedule time to write? Like, hey, like at midnight, I'm going to write tonight. Or do you just kind of let it flow?
It's really just let it flow. Because we can go without inspiration for like weeks at a time of, okay, like if anything plain is coming to our head, we're not going to write it. And then suddenly something will come and we have to kind of run back and do it now. That's how a lot of the songs have been.
Cool.
I love what you guys are doing. Sorry to like pivot, but with the hot sauce and Bang, because New York. And so can you speak a little bit about that, of why you decided to go with that company and what it means like for the community?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'll go.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, we're here.
Where are we?
Wait, we're here. It was a low battery thing. Sorry, go
ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, so we've wanted to make a hot sauce for a really long time. I'm a really big fan of hot sauce. I know Jack and Ryan can't do spicy food as much, but they actually really like this one.
Yeah, we like this one. I've never really tasted hot sauce before this, and I loved it.
That's funny.
Yeah, but we decided to do it in a cool way. We thought we wanted to make a hot sauce. Bang was the perfect song to do a hot sauce for. And we partnered with this awesome community garden in the Bronx. So for all the people that are working there and in the surrounding community, everyone who buys a bottle of hot sauce, most of the money ends up going back to support this community. And we wanted to kind of give back to New York because, New York has given us so much.
Yes, I love that. Now, on a scale from 1 to never gonna happen, would you guys busk again if like the concerts never come back or they don't come back in the foreseeable future? Just like a pop-up surprise situation that you would call me and tell me about, but not somebody else.
No, I mean, I don't think we'd ever do it in terms of like going out and not telling anyone it's happening and seeing how much money. That sounds like terrorizing. But I think we'd probably do something like a throwbacks concert where we do announce it on Twitter. Everyone come to this park and we'll do a little throwback show. We'll probably do that at some point.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yes. So okay, when is the next album coming out? What is it called? Give us all the deets.
This is where we're gonna drop the name and the date.
You get the exclusive right now.
You gotta try.
Yeah. No, so I mean, Ryan and I, we're in the middle of writing the album now. We've been writing since the start of quarantine. So I'd say the album, in terms of completion, is about halfway done or so. If you're looking at, maybe more, if you're looking at like a 12-song album, we have a little more than half of the songs that are ready to go. So I'd say next year, hopefully top of next year at some point.
Okay. That's real close, so I'm excited. All right, now Bang gives me like hip hop vibes.
Oh,
where are we pulling this from? Like, where did the inspiration for songs like Bang? Because you've used hip hop influences before in your songs.
I think so. I think without question, hip hop has been the most transformative genre of the 2000s. Everything in rock is very much like, let's keep rock traditional, and hip hop is very much what's the next thing, who's building on, and it's almost competitive. So when you have that kind of genre, you have people like Kanye West, each album sounding totally different than the last one. How could you not be inspired by something like that? And so I think, we definitely get inspired by that. I'm curious what you feel is so hip hop about Bang. Is it just kind of like the vibe of it, the groove?
Like the head boppy feeling. I'm not a producer, so I can't give you like the technical explanation, but the way it makes me feel, the way it sounds, it's a little
well, it definitely has a rhythm to it. There's a rhythm pop to it.
Right. Word. Okay.
It's what's funny is honestly it started from a very Broadway place. When I first worked on the track, I remember I showed it to you, boom, 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 and we thought like this is really cool. There's some way for this to be an AJR song, but nobody's gonna think this is a cool song. Everybody's gonna think this sounds like a Broadway song from like the 90s or something. And so we worked on it for months and months and came back to it and figured out how to do exactly what you're saying. Give it that, that rap kind of feel. And something about that combining the boom, boom, the horns with the trap made it like a new kind of hip hop feel.
And then I had to Google what metronome was, because I couldn't be out here singing the lyrics of the song and not. But that was so cool. Like every single aspect of that song is so awesome. I love it.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
No problem. Oh, Ryan, you entered at a radio station. You said you were bad at it. Why?
Wow, you really dug that up. I interned.
That's an understatement. Yeah.
I interned at a radio station in New York. And I was really bad. I got it.
Which one?
Yeah, what station?
Oh, what?
104.3.
Yeah, the classic rock station in New York.
Okay.
And I interned. I forget how. I think like the DJ maybe knew my mom or something.
Like a friend of our parents.
Yeah. And I was so bad at it.
You tell it. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say he was just like really. I think he was just super unmotivated and like didn't really kind of care about it. And then I remember it was really funny. At the end, he asked his boss to write a recommendation for him, maybe for college or something like that. And the boss goes, "Yeah, I can't, under good conscience, write a good recommendation for you."
I have never heard anyone in the history of people asking for recommendation letters and being rejected. Someone always just writes a BS one and just throws it out there, like, whatever
now
you
need.
You
know why bad was an understatement. Obviously, he did worse.
That's incredible. You're a legend.
I think that was like maybe the moment that I realized I can't work for someone else. I just don't have what it takes.
Very pivotal moment in your life. I understand.
What does a typical day look like for you now, since you don't want to work for anybody? What does your day look like? Are you just chilling all the time, since that's why you can't get a recommendation letter, or what?
No, honestly, I love working. I think we all, like, every vacation, we never stop working. We're definitely not lazy. I just think we have to work on the things we're excited about, and then we just never stop. I think when it's whatever I was doing at that station, like answering fans.
But are you a night
Facebook
person?
messages.
Like, what does a typical day look like?
Okay, so we wake up. Honestly, it's just depending on what we're doing at that moment. And yeah, and honestly, we own our own label. We created our own record label. So every day, Adam's working on all of that stuff because he does all the stuff on the business end. So the work is kind of nonstop for us. But because we love it, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like what we're meant to do.
You guys have been out for a really long time. I mean, 2013 was when I'm Ready really took off. Is there a song that you think back to and you're like, wow, Cringe Fest USA over here?
You mean of ours?
Yes.
Yeah. Thousands. Because I'm Ready was 2013, but we started the band in 2005. So there was 8 years of writing songs before we got to I'm Ready. And there are hundreds and hundreds of songs that we even listened to them the other day. And we get a lot of enjoyment out of listening to it because of how terrible they are. Because it shows the incredible, breadth between us, then and now. Yeah, if you were to listen to it, you would find zero positivity. You would find zero benefit. Seriously, you would be like, this is nothing but bad.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Very important question. The little figurines that are showing up on your artwork now, are you going to sell them? Where can we buy them? They're so adorable.
We don't have any plans for that yet, although that is sort of the new, era of like what our characters look like. It went from these sort of, completely 2D cartoons for the Click to these plushy dolls for Neo Theater, and now it's these sort of porcelain, figures. But I'm assuming at some point we'll end up selling them or having them.
Adam, do you like the business side of stuff, man? Like, I always feel like artists don't get into that. So do you like doing the business side of stuff?
Oh, I do. I've loved it for a really long time. I especially love the radio side of things. I know every call letters for every station, and
really
spins and media, all the stuff that people don't care about. That's the stuff that I love.
Throw me out a couple. Give me the 2 call letters in New York, man. Give me like the top 40 in the hip hop in New York. Give me one. Give me one of each. I don't care.
Oh, well, we're not on hip hop, so I can't do it.
Okay.
But HTZ is Z100, and you guys are KLIF.
Okay.
Have, NCI in Columbus and yes, in
Keep
LA,
it going. Do them all.
Yeah,
do them all.
More KBFF in Portland.
Dang, you really do know them all.
Yeah.
So like, if someone drops your song, you're calling them person and they're like, yo, what's up?
Oh,
every
time. Even think about just playing us in the overnights because I will know.
That's not what we're doing here.
I know.
Respect. That's cool.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
It was so nice talking to you.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
This is fun.
Love your music. Love what you're doing. Can't wait for the album to drop.
And the figurines to go on sale. I mean, Adam, Karina need to get together some business plans. We'll work it all out.
Let's do it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
Later.
Bye.
Bye, Adam.
Bye, Adam.
That was so much fun.
They're super nice guys.
I love them.
They're awesome.